say that no laws could have been able to prevent the hundreds of senseless tragedies that have occurred. We call BS! That us kids don't know what we're talking about, that we're too young to understand how the government works. We call BS!
Welcome back. Those were students at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. One reason that there are some folks who hope that, quote, this time will be different is that it's students themselves that are speaking out. There's a call for a national school walkout on April 20th, which is the 19th anniversary of Columbine. And students from Parkland are announcing today a nationwide march, including a demonstration in Washington for March 24th. 5 of those students from Parkland, Florida join me now. Emma Gonzalez, you were the woman we heard, the young woman we heard in there chanting no more BS. So I'm going to give you the first crack at this. It's now 4 days after the shooting. Tell me your feelings today.
Thank you very much for allowing me to speak here, allowing us to speak here first and foremost. And I want to say that this is our opportunity to talk to President Trump, Governor Rick Scott, and State Senator Marco Rubio to make sure that they know we are talking directly to them and all other members of the United States government that are being funded by the NRA to tell them now is the time to get on the right side of this, because this is not something that we are going to let sweep under the carpet in 24 minutes. This is something that's going to, we're gonna maintain this momentum. We have this organization and we're going to push no matter how hard it takes. We already have pushed more than young children should possibly ever have to push. And these people who are being funded by the NRA are not going to be allowed to remain in office when midterm elections roll around. They're going to be voted out of office. Incumbency rates are going to drop, and it's going to be because of this because of this midterm election, because of these students who they're of the age to vote, and they have their true feelings at heart.
Cameron, I want to ask you, are you going to feel safe walking into school when you eventually go back to school?
I think so. I think that the tragedy at Stoneman Douglas was not because of Stoneman Douglas. It was because people like Nicholas Cruz were able to buy these weapons. And I think Stoneman Douglas is one of the safest places you could possibly be. And Parkland is such an amazing community. The attention is on us now. People are watching, and if anything, I'm very excited to get back to school and be with the community and be around everybody supporting each other. Because one of the best things to come out of this horrible tragedy is the fact that Parkland has stayed strong, and we're not going to let the 17 bullets we just took take us down. If anything, we're going to keep running, and we're going to lead the rest of the nation behind us.
David, I think I overheard you saying earlier that you're not ready to go back to school until at least you hear some talk of change, some talk. What is it that you're looking for?
Yes, so what I'm looking for, what I'm looking for is reasonable change with the United States Congress and bills that are passed before I get back to school. Because this is not the time for inaction and debate. This is the time for discussion and for all people that are Americans to come together as Americans through love and compassion. This event happened on Valentine's Day. So many people lost loved ones. Our community and our nation have taken too many bullets to the heart, and now is the time for us to stand up. So I will not feel safe going back to school myself until reasonable mental health care legislation and gun control legislation is passed. Because at this point, it's unacceptable. How many more students are going to have to die and have their blood spilt in American classrooms trying to make the world a better place just because politicians refuse to take action? That's my question.
Jacqueline, did you imagine you'd become a political activist a week ago?
Absolutely not. A week ago, I was at a park volunteering with autistic kids, and now I'm just sitting in front of my school that just got shot up, talking to news stations that are going to be broadcast around the world. And it still feels unreal, but unfortunately we have to face reality and do something about it. We have to create national change, and what I'm actually doing right now is I'm starting to create a change at the state level. And I've organized a trip of myself along with 100 classmates up to Tallahassee in the coming days. And we will be speaking to members of the state Senate and House of Representatives, and hopefully even Rick Scott if we get the opportunity.
Right.
And we will all have the chance to speak our minds, because we are the ones that looked into the Nicholas Cruz's eyes, and we took 17 bullets to the heart, and we're the only ones that can speak up. We have to be the adults in this situation, because clearly people have failed us in the government, and we must make the change now, because we're the only ones that are going to.
So Alex, you guys are announcing this March on Washington, March 24th. Obviously, you hope that members of Congress hear a message. Tell me the message you want them to hear.
You know, we're marching because it's not just schools. It's movie theaters, it's concerts, it's nightclubs. This kind of stuff can't just happen. You know, we are marching for our lives, we're marching for the 17 lives we lost, and we're marching for our children's lives and our children's children and their children, and we're marching for everybody's lives. And that's the point we're trying to get across. Never again will this kind of tragedy happen in this country or any country.
Emma, since you've been so passionate and before, I want to give you the last word here. Is there any way President Trump could comfort you right now? What would you want to hear from him that would actually give you comfort?
I don't know personally that anything he could ever say would give me comfort, but I know that to the Americans of this country, to his constituents who voted him into office, and the people who there are Trump supporters at our school, there are Hillary supporters at our school. This isn't a case of Democratic or Republican. This is a case of you are in power currently. You are the person who has the control. You are the one who is able to enact this change, to help us enact this change. We are not alone. You are the person who has this opportunity, and you're doing nothing. And we are asking you to do absolutely anything at this point.
And can I say one more thing?
Yes. Go ahead. Yes. Go ahead, David.
So, in response to President Trump, I would say this. In response to your most recent tweet, where you said that the Democrats had not been able to get anything done when they controlled the House and the Senate and the presidential executive branch, how dare you? You are in that exact position right now, and you want to look back on our history and blame the Democrats? That's disgusting. You're the president. You're supposed to bring this nation together, not divide us. How dare you? Children are dying, and their blood is on your hands because of that. Please, take action. Stop going on vacation in Mar-a-Lago. Take action. Work with Congress. Your party controls both the House and Senate. Take action. Get some bills passed. And for God's sake, let's save some lives.
David, I'm going to let you have the last word there. You guys are something else when it comes to showing us what citizenship means. Anyway, thank you all. Cameron, David, Emma, Alex, and Jacqueline. Thank you for coming on. I know it's not easy to do this, but it's appreciated.
Thank you for having us.
You got it.
Thank you so much for having us.